All right, welcome Vnetwork Radio. Welcome, welcome. We're here, and I'm telling you, we have a great program for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you share, share, share. Make sure you tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a relative that the V Network Radio is on the air. I tell you, we're doing some great things here on today, and we asking you to make sure that you tune in. Make sure you share this. Post. Make sure you share this post. We have some special guests with us on today, recording artists all the way from Shreveport, Louisiana. We have the gifted redeemed singers of Shreveport, Louisiana, and we have Erica Smith. Also, we have their manager, Monica Howard, on today. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a relative that we're on. All right. And so we want to take this opportunity to thank you all for tuning in to the V Network Radio. We bring you good gospel music, weekend 24/7 of gospel music right here on the V Network Radio. And make sure you share, share, share. Come on into the room. Come on into the room. All right. Come on into the room. We have our special guests here. They're here live with us. Come on in. That's right. That's right. Come on in. All right. Come on in. Yes. All right. All right. We're here. We're right here with the gifted redeemed singers right here. And we want to take this opportunity to thank you all for tuning in. And we're so happy to be with you. And so we want to take this opportunity to thank you all for being here. Gifted redeemed singers. Thank
Thank
you.
you for having us.
All right, all right. Great, great. It's a wonderful opportunity to have you all. Mr. Ruffin, he contacted me and he said, well, we have the Gifted Redeemed Singers out of Shreveport, Louisiana coming in to do the interview. I said, wow, it's a pleasure. Uh, Tell us a little bit about yourselves. And we'll start with you, Erica.
Well, I am Erica Smith, the second lead singer and songwriter of the Gifted Redeemed Singers. And I've been a member of Gifted Redeemed Singers since I was 11 years old.
Uh huh.
And I love it. It's a family or orative group. My mother is the leader and the founder of Gifted Redeemed Singers, Evangelist Sharon Smith.
All right, all right. Okay, and we have Monica Howard on, and she is the manager. All right. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, hello, I'm Monica Howard. I actually reside in Houston, Texas, but Shreveport is actually like my second home. I not only am the manager of Gifted Redeemed Singers, but I am also cousins of Sharon and Erica and Jerica. So,
Oh,
it's, like she said, it's a family oriented thing. And I'm just glad they chose me to be their manager.
all right, wonderful. We're so glad to have you both here with us right here on the V Network Radio. You know, we've been playing your music, and your music has been played all over the world. And people just, they keep on, commenting and say, hey, even when we posted that we were going to have you on, we had so many of our listeners and our viewers, they wanted to be on with us to share this experience, tell us a little bit about how you got started into the music industry.
Well, like I said, my mother, Evangelist Sharon Smith, is the founder of the group. I got started, my great grandmother, which is um, our manager, Monica, and my mother, Evangelist Sharon Smith, grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
We were raised into quartet. She took us, she was like a booster club, for a lot of groups here in Shreveport, Louisiana. She helped raise money. And she would book different groups to her church to help the church raise money. So we was raised around quartet singing. For me, like I said, even though being around quartet all my life through my great grandmother and my mother. I was inspired by my godfather, the late Mr. Joseph Scott. He was a musician and he played for several groups. So I was
Hmm.
inspired by him as well, the late Mr. Joseph Scott.
All right, all right. And how would you describe the music that you've created? Because I hear different styles. I hear, like a, I'm not gonna say, but I'm gonna see if what you have to say about it. The different type of styles of music that I hear within your music.
Well, to me, the vibe that I get from, well, especially help.
Hmm.
I get like a little quartet groove slash Clark sister style. So
Yeah.
in between,
Uh huh.
you have the church world, yeah, they the quartet and a little choir,
The
praise and worship style, Clark
Yep.
sisters with splash to
Contemporary
it. So
flavor.
that
Uh
way
huh.
it can reach the old and the young generation.
That's right. That's right. And how important is it that a lot of times people go in the studio and a lot of artists are like one track minded when it comes down to creating music, and they just have, the hand clapping and the foot stomping, how important is it that you have your music versatile, and when you going in to record different types of songs, and then you want to have a CD variety, so how important is it?
It's very important. It's very important, especially if you're trying to reach um, both old and young. It's
Mm-hmm.
very important because you
Right.
don't want to bore your fans. You don't want to bore your crowd. And also, not only just with boring, your fans in the crowd, you want it to reach them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to reach a person. You want this song. You want to write music and produce music out that a drunk will be
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling that. Oh, wow, this
Right.
making me think about, giving my life to Christ.
Right.
So you want to be mindful when you're writing music and producing songs. You want to be able to reach everyone.
Right. And then, like, when you go into different parts of the different countries, this part of the country might like a hand clapping, foot stomping type of song. If you go
Right.
in the country, you want a country song. you know and just mix up the flavors. I had posted a video on the Vnetwork Radio page of Sean, the late Sean, Pastor Sean Jones, and he came out, and I think he was in South Carolina, way out in the woods in South Carolina. They did an outdoor concert, and they had a lot of country folks out there. So he said, I got this little country song that I want to sing. And I'm telling you, the people, they were coming up, dancing, and foot stomping, hand clapping type of song. So it was great, So that's why you got to
Yeah.
have these types of songs for different occasions,
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, tell us what it's like for you to, is the experience CD project your first project that you've ever done, or have you ever gone into the recording studio to do other projects?
Yes, we have the experience project is not Gift the Redeemed first project. It's actually our second project.
Mm-hmm.
We have our first project, which was released back in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
It was produced by Mr. Dwight Gordon
Oh
of
wow.
Tyler, Texas,
Yeah.
entitled Let It Be Real.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
And
sir.
this the latest project. You went to the recording studio to do the project, and what label did you go with after that first project?
Well, we wasn't under a labor. after the first project.
Hmm.
But after this project, the experience, we went under Mr. John T. Ruffin
All
and the
right.
Rough Boys.
All right. Yes, yes, yes. Well, we want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to them out there. I know they're so
Yes.
happy and they're so enjoyed to have you with us, and we connected all with them, and yeah, they provide us with a lot of the good gospel music that we play right here on the V Network Radio, and they're a reason why we're connected. And it's great. You both are in church, and what is your church experience like? What churches do you go to?
Well, I actually attend the Divine Order Ministries under the leadership of Minister Donald Smith, which is my uncle,
Okay.
and my entire family.
Okay. All
That's in
right.
Shreveport. Look,
All
that's in
right.
Shreveport.
And so
I am
Monica,
actually I'm
Monica.
actually under the leadership of Keon Henderson
Uh-huh.
at the Lighthouse Church in Houston slash Humble, Texas. And I've been a member there since it was established about 2 years now.
Yeah. And how important is it that, because I know when I was a manager of Quartet Gospel Group, that was in our rules and regulations that you had to be a member of a church, and that you have to attend regular services during the week. We had that embedded into our rules and regulations. And a lot of these quartet artists, they don't even have rules and regulations nowadays. How important is it, singing gospel music, to understand, what you're singing about? How important is that?
Whew, that was a loaded question, but a very good question. And I really wish Sharon, the founder of this group, was here. Unfortunately, she had to run an errand, but she's deeply rooted. Like Erica said, my grandmother, her great grandmother, uh, when you was at her house, it was
Uh,
one of those things. As for me and my house, we're gonna serve the Lord.
right.
So Sharon and I have been in the music industry since, I mean, dealing with music since we was little bitty. When I would come for summer in the summer to visit, I was in the choir like I went to the church all year long. That's what grandmother required. So Sharon actually has been singing for years and years and years, even
Uh,
as a little girl in the choir at the church under our grandmother's leadership. So I can honestly say for gifted redeemed singers, it's a must. And
mm,
order is a must coming from Sharon on down. And
all
then I
right.
just improve it.
All right. Yes. And when I was 16 years old when I started singing quartet in a quartet gospel group. So, those guys, they were strict. We had those, all that information embedded into our rules and regulations. We had, that we had written up in our bylaws, that we had written up that you must be a member of a church or attend, some sort of church services. Yeah, and be a part of a weekly fellowship, or for Bible class, whatever type of fellowship that your church provides. We have so many that's out there watching now, and we have so many. Today we're here with the gifted redeemed singers out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're here with them, and they have a gospel group, and they have a new project called The Experience, and we're going to be hearing a couple songs. From their project right here on the V Network Radio. And so we have so many people out there that's tuned in, and we want all viewers out there and listeners to type in your question. We're here monitoring Facebook. We have Lakia. She says hello. She's our assistant. She says hello to you all. And she's here monitoring the Facebook page. And so if y'all have some questions to ask Erica and Monica about their singing group, about the music industry, let us know, because we want you as a viewer and listener to chime in also. Just don't let us, uh, you know, uh, do just the interview, and we want you to chime in too, all the viewers. To All right. So we got John Tay Ruffin here. We got Louise Atwater. Thank you all for tuning in. We got Dante Music Life Evans, who is a gifted musician. And when I say musician, he's guitarist, bass guitarist, a drummer, and he loves to travel too. So give him a shout out. We got so many. Renee Johnson is out here, and so many others that's tuned in to the V Network Radio page. And Renee, she said this needs to reach everybody all over the world. Yes, Renee, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Renee Johnson. So, viewers, if you can type in your question that you have for Erica and Monica, they're here, and we're here live. Um, Tell us, when you went into the studio. Now, did you write your music, or did you just have writers to come in to write your music?
No, sir. I'm the songwriter. I wrote the music.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay.
yes, sir. I wrote the music. I'm the songwriter of the group.
Uh huh.
I actually wrote the music um, last summer.
Wow.
I was in a place in my life that the spirit of infirmity was attacking my body with sickness, and the doctor told me that I wouldn't be able to walk again, sit
Mm-hmm.
up, or do anything. My mobility skills was gonna. He was like, "Look, you ain't gonna be able to do anything." So while I was on my back, couldn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That was my time with God. Praying and fasting and believing in Him for healing. But at the same time, God was dropping lyrics in my spirit,
Mm.
things that I was going through.
Right.
Basically, the songs, which that they will hear when you play them, the words in the song, if you listen to the words of the song, is my testimony.
Okay.
Things that I was going through at that moment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. When I know, for me, when I was sick and I was in the hospital at one point, and and that's one thing I did was I prayed, and I talked with God, and then also I listened to gospel music. And I think the gospel music, really helped me, uh, a whole lot. How important is that? Music is healing, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Yes.
is.
And that what really got me, through, the ordeal, hearing the good gospel music playing, and the experience. And that's where we come in for your album, the experience. And so that's what we want, our listeners and our viewers to understand, that this project is God given project, is anointed, and it's appointed, for this experience. You went in to record this project, and is that what you wanted to portray when you created this whole entire experience project?
Yes, yes. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to encourage people to let them know, look, God can heal you. I don't care what the doctor may say.
Mm-hmm.
Look, He can do it. God is a promise keeper. When He give or makes a promise to us, He keeps it. His word will not return unto us void.
Yes.
And then at the same time, I turn around after God gave me that He can do it. I said, well, Lord, you know what? I'm crying out for help. The
Mm-hmm.
world needs help. I'm not being selfish, just crying out for help for myself because I'm going through. I can't walk. I'm in pain. The world need help because at that time, the world was experiencing, I think we was on what? Shutdown. We was having government shutdowns
Mm-hmm.
around that time last year. And, people around me was worried about, oh, this is going to be, they're going to take this from me. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose my car. It was just so much around me in the midst of me being on my back sick. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know what, God, I have some issues. My health, the world going through these crime is high. People killing people. It's just horrible. Lord, we
Hmm.
crying out for you. We need your help.
Need
We
help.
can't do nothing else. We need you. We need help. I'm
Yes.
begging you for help.
Yes. All right. Well, with that, I'm telling you, we're gonna play a little bit of that song "Help" uh, on tonight. Here is the gifted redeemed singers. All right, y'all, give some love to the gifted redeemed singers right here with their entitled track "Help." Let's see those hearts.
We're living in the last days. So many problems on every hand. So much killing. So many shutdowns. There's no other way. But we need you. We need you. Help, Lord. Lord, we need you. Every day we need you. Help, Lord. Oh, Lord, we need your help every day. Oh, Lord,
All right, all right. Yes, the gifted redeemed singers. I love that song right there. Help. Yes, 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 yes. And that's our number one song that we've been playing on the V Network Radio in gospel. Yes. We now that song right there is when you take a long drive down the, where you wherever you going, Florida, you going to Chicago or wherever you going. That's one of them songs
From
that you just take
Shreveport.
the wheel and keep it going, because God is your help. Yes, 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 yes. Tell us what artists have you worked with in the gospel music industry, concerts. What artists have you worked with?
Well, we have Gifted Redeemed. We have worked with several mainstream artists. Uh, we're known for for our anniversary celebrations. We bring different artists in from all over the world. We have worked with Mrs. Lisa Knowles and the Brown
Mm-hmm.
Singers. We
Mm-hmm.
work with Pastor Terrell Rogers and the Man of Destiny, the Sensational Well Brothers.
All right. All
That
right.
was
This
last
year,
year.
this year,
Yes.
in
No,
March.
this year.
This year
In
in
March.
March,
Yeah, we
yeah.
brought
Uh-huh.
the Sensational
Yeah.
Well Brothers, Chubbs, Martin, and
Uh-huh.
Gifted.
All
We done work with
right.
Mr. Andre Tate,
Uh-huh.
Supreme Seven in of Florida,
Uh-huh.
Phoebe and the Chosen Ones of Florida as well. We
Uh-huh.
have Vision of Destiny. We
Yes.
have worked with several artists throughout the years. Bishop Kenneth Robinson of Arkansas and Chosen. We have had a chance to work with them. Like I
Okay.
said, we done brought them into Shreveport for our anniversary celebrations.
All right, all right. I'm telling you, now if there's any promoters out there that would like to book the gifted redeemed singers, they're available to come in to
Yes,
do
we are.
concerts. For their booking. Yes, yes, yes. And we had Larry Hill on, and so many people they were contacting him. He's out of Philadelphia. He's a solo artist, and yeah, he and so many people that were watching on the V Network Radio, they heard him. They said, "We got to have you come to our church." And we have so many different promoters out there that's watching. Hey, give them a call, and during this broadcast, we're going to make sure that you give them your information, how they could reach out to you all to get booked. And while we're talking about it, how can they reach you if they wanted to book you all?
But they can reach out to me either via my inbox on Facebook, and my Facebook name is Monica Morris Howard. And then also my telephone number is 281-224-5042. Again, that's 281-224-5042.
Okay, okay. Tell us, and we a lot of times we don't get a chance to talk to the artist, about their music, how they went in to record. How was it for you going into the recording studio, and what did you learn about going into the recording studio? Because I know for myself, I've learned a whole lot. Every time I go into the studio, I always learn, something. Tell us what you have learned going into the studio.
Well, the first thing is that any artists who have experienced studio, it number one thing is patience and time.
Hmm.
You have to have patience. It can't be like, look, we're gonna go in here in 30 minutes and get this over. No, no. If you want your music to be together, your sound, your vocals, your leaders, you want everything to be together, it takes time. It's nothing to be rushed.
Hmm.
So when you prepare to go into studio, practically just clear your schedule.
Right. And so that's one of the things that a lot of artists they want to do is go into the studio and then they just want to rush the project. If
Right.
you are not if you haven't gone in to the studio and recorded lots and lots of times, the best thing to do is to get a well versed project. Whether your music being tight, your vocals being tight, your lead vocals being tight. Now, a lot of times lead songsters. Now, how is it for? I know, Erica, you do leading, in the group. Now, how is it between the difference between going out on a concert versus studio recording?
Woo! Wow. You know what? Studio, I had to contain myself. The producer in the group, they can vouch for these. I really had to contain myself in the studio. In the studio, it's so much you can do, in the studio versus recording live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you it's just, oh my God. I
Mm-hmm.
had to contain myself, Pastor
Right.
Donald.
Right.
But live at a program, a concert ministry, look, no holding back. You can be free. I'm put it
Yeah.
like that. You can be free. You don't have no time. Well, you do have a time limit because you have to be respectful of the time of other artists that's on the concert with you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a more free will, I can say. You can let the spirit flow
Right.
like it needs to at a live concert when you ministering versus in the studio, you like, okay, we want to let this song be 4 minutes, 5 minutes. You don't want to put too much, overdo it in the
Right.
studio.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that was one of my issues in the studio, trying to contain myself
Mm-hmm.
because for me, like I said, singing, every time I sing those songs, it do something to me because it takes me back. I know it reminds me what God brought me from, how He healed my body, because it's a
Mm-hmm.
personal thing. Those songs are personal, a personal thing for me. It's personal, so I
Right.
can't contain myself. Sometimes, every now and then, my mom, somebody had to pull me, or they'll pull the cord. Have to pull the cord, so that's enough. You know,
Yeah. Now, Monica, were you able to go into the studio to add some vocals, or
I was not.
okay, okay.
They're
Now,
gonna
are
they're gonna
you a?
get the manager on that bit. Yeah, they're gonna let me just hit one note with them. Yeah. Now I
uh,
can sing a little bit now. I can, but they haven't invited me in just yet. They just
uh,
want me to have the business side because they know I'm well at it. They haven't really
well,
heard my singing though.
hey, well, I know we got Mr. Ruffin out there. He's a writer, and he can create a song for you for the next project.
Come on, Mr. Ruffin.
All right. Now, Mr. Ruffin, you heard
Now
that.
it's
Now she wants to do a song, so you're gonna have to create a song for her. Yes. And how was it? Like I'm a musician, and and perfecting music. A lot of times I've been into the studio, and what happened is a lot of musicians are not well skilled to go in and to have that patience, like you were saying, to have that patience to go in to record. How were your musicians able to go in? Were they okay with the recording when they went in, or did you have to have, like, a couple people to come in to help out?
well, to God be the glory on that end. Um, Mr. Devontae Youngblood,
Uh-huh.
he's our MD of our band. He's our head musician. He went with us. Him and the producer, Mr. Keandre Jones of KJ Production of Texas. Got
Okay. Okay, I think we got a little freeze going on here. All right. Hello.
Hello. Can you-
All right. And can you repeat that because I think we had a little internet freeze going on.
Okay. Yes. Mr. Devontae Youngblood is our music director, and Mr. Keandre Jones, the producer of KJ Productions out of Terrell, Texas. They collaborated. They made it work.
Mm-hmm.
No issues. Those guys, they did a phenomenal job. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to go get a third or fourth or fifth person. They made it happen for us.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Um, what is your favorite song from your CD project?
Help.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it. I knew it. Yes. How has the internet helped you all with your ministry when it comes down to your singing and your ministering? Tell us a little bit about that. I know you all have a ministry going worldwide international on the HOD Radio Network page. I also do for my church. We do a ministry on the HOD Radio page, and like I say, your music goes out international all over the world. We get people from Australia, Brazil, Nigeria,
Right.
Africa, all parts of Africa that's watching on that particular site.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
The internet has been a blessing, even more now. Um, During this pandemic, before the pandemic, we all as people have our had our busy schedules. Even though internet was out before the pandemic, we didn't get on there as much as we do now.
Hmm.
By everything being shut off, closed down, and due to the pandemic, we can't really go anywhere.
That's right.
So people logged on to the internet, Facebook, Instagram for like entertainment. We know they have the TV, but the TV show the same shows over and over and over and over and over again.
Right.
But you log on to Facebook, Instagram, you're gonna see something new every day. And people have more time on their hand. To me, the internet is a blessing
Hmm.
because it's a way that you can be seen. People, if they never heard of you, they have the time to sit down and listen to you. Like for us, Gift the Redeemed, we did a Facebook Live concert.
Hmm.
It was phenomenal.
Wow.
We gained, oh my God, thousands of fans.
All right.
And the question was, where have you guys been?
Right.
That was the question. And we was like, in Shreveport, Louisiana. So the internet had opened up, that Facebook Live concert opened up another avenue for us. So the
Yeah.
internet is a blessing. The internet is a great tool to network. You meet
Hmm.
more people, and you can also promote your ministry as well with the internet, your music, or your church or whatever. Because
Hmm.
like you said, we also have our leader have Monday night prayer. We air that out on Gift the Redeemed fan page, so people tune in as well with that. But all that still go back to Gift the Redeemed. So
Hmm.
that brings attention to the group. It's
Right.
because it's formatted outside of Gift the Redeemed, within
Right.
Gift the Redeemed. So the internet is a blessing. Then the HOD Radio Network,
Hmm.
Just on
which is
Thursdays.
on Thursdays
Right.
at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Yes.
All right.
So that's another avenue to bring attention to Gift the Redeemed, our radio talk show, which we promote ministry, the word. We bring different speakers to bring the word.
And
Okay.
also, Erica, on Tuesday nights, She does a radio show where she plays music, so people are actually sending in music to her, and that's through HOD as well.
All
So
right.
yeah, Gift Redeemed, the internet has been a true blessing to Gift Redeemed.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. Um, with this COVID-19, um, what is and I just want to hear from both of you. Um, what is God trying to say to us?
Wow. Well, I was trying to see that the manager want to go
I'll let
first.
you go first.
God is, me personally, I feel God is trying to get our attention, to get us to turn back to Him. You know, like I said, we put, people have gotten away. People had gotten away from God. They was praising other things. They was giving other things more attention than God. So I feel this pandemic, God allowed this pandemic to take place to get our attention, for us to turn our plates down to seek His face. But we
Mm-hmm.
must repent. That's the way that the land can be healed. We
Mm-hmm.
must repent and turn from our wicked ways.
Mm-hmm.
And my thought on it is kind of like what Erica said. God wants our attention, and unfortunately, a lot of us still are not getting it. And I know a lot of people are saying that the government is playing a part of it, but we always have to remember that whatever happened, God has to allow it to happen.
That's right.
And so, with that being said, is if God wanted this pandemic to be over with, He could have just, like He did with putting everything into existence, He spoke it. And so He could have easily have spoken by now and said, okay, I want this to be over with. But so many people are still not getting the reason behind this pandemic. It's
Mm-hmm.
because God wants our attention. He wants us to turn back to our first love, which is Him.
All
And
right.
until people get that, unfortunately, we're going to be where we're at.
All right. All right. Now, if you had to change something in the gospel music industry or the music industry, what would you change in the music industry, or what would you fix to make something better?
The support system,
Mm-hmm.
the unity, bringing the artist unity,
Right.
because it's like a division. So many support this certain person. This set of people support this certain person. We all are one.
Mm-hmm.
We're serving one man. That's God. We're singing to bring souls to Christ. It shouldn't be any division. So we're working for the same man. See, people have to realize we all have the same job, the same, which is singing, the same gift. But God gives us different abilities with our gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, we have to learn with the gift that He give us, and the abilities, the different abilities that He has given us with our gifts. We must take those gifts and be a blessing to the body of Christ with those gifts. So unity. If
Okay.
everybody can get together on one accord.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is like Erica's saying, that we all supposed to be ministering for the kingdom building, and to have so much going on, chaos in the background. You get up and you sing about God, but then your action shows something differently.
Right.
And that's where the unity needs to come in. It remembering that we are many members but one body.
That's right.
And so if we could all get on one accord with that, then I think things could, especially in the quartet world, things could, because I don't think quartet music gets enough attention, but it's a lot of chaos and business going on in the backgrounds that needs to come to a forefront and to a head, so quartet can actually move to the position that it really needs to be in.
That's right. And I was just looking at all the different Facebook lives now, and I looked at the amount of, now there is a business side to singing, and also there's a spiritual side to singing also. So when I looked
Yes.
at the amount of people that came onto different lives, you had one group that had 5,000 views. You had another group had 10,000 views. They had one group that had 1 million views
Yes.
in the
Wow.
industry. And
Mhm.
then you look at it and say, well, how come if the gospel industry, the especially the quartet gospel industry,
Yes.
can come together, we can form our own
Hmm.
entity. And when you talk about award shows and because we have all these different Dove Awards and all these different big
Yes.
time awards, and we see a lot of the contemporary artists. They're out there getting these big awards. They're selling lots and lots of music. How come we as a quartet industry can't get it together to have our own entity, or
Yes. You are.
either
Right.
look at the contemporary and ministries and say, hey, let's add a little flavor to our spice to our
Yes.
music, like y'all like gifted redeemed singers do, and say, hey, we're a little contemporary too. Yes, and so that we can be added to that particular category.
Yes.
Cause a lot of contemporary artists, what they doing now, they're taking pieces of the quartet and adding a little flavor into their music. I would listen to John P. Key, and I'm like, that's quartet right there? A little bit of salt that he to mix the flavors up a little bit. So he trying
Right.
to he knows that the quartet industry has millions of viewers. So he gonna take a
Right.
little. He want to take half of those viewers and bring them over to the contemporary side and mix it up so he can have more viewers.
Right.
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 Yeah. So and I understand where you are when you say that you've done a little contemporary gospel music and traditional quartet gospel music. So how is the reaction of your music when it comes down to the different flavors?
Hmm.
Great.
Great. It's been
It's
good
great.
actually.
It's been
Yes.
Uh-huh.
great.
Yeah.
Um what and tell me something. What is the message that you want to present to your audience?
The message that we want to present to our artists is we want them to come to Christ. Come to Christ. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're going through, it's not the end of your story.
Yes.
God loves you. Keep pressing forward. Keep praying. Keep lifting the name of Jesus. There is nothing too hard for God. So, our message to our audience, whatever you do, stay with God.
All
Can't
right.
do
And
nothing.
Monica, we're gonna give you opportunity to chime in on that.
What I would like to do is encourage anyone that's actually coming into the music industry to know that it's not an easy thing. So whatever you do, make sure you do it with perseverance. That's the key to it. You have to persevere in order to get to your next level. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing come in between you. And just make sure you give all the credit though to the one who blessed you with what you have, and that's to God.
All right. And with that, we're going to hear one of the another project that you all recorded, which is "He Can Do It" right here on the V Network Radio page. And yeah, so we're going to hear that project, and we're going to show. Let's see, we got a couple pictures here, and so we're going to pick. I guess we'll pick one of the pictures that we're going to add to right there on the side of the side of you all right there. Now that's the experience album. We gonna add that picture right there. All right. So let's hear He Can Do It by the Gifted Redeemed Singers right here on the V Network Radio.
There may be someone out there. The doctor may have gave you a bad report, but we come to tell you, God can and He will do it. I am a witness. I am a witness. God can just what He said. I am a witness. I am a witness. My God can, oh yes He can. He said, I come to tell you, He can do it. Oh, I know.
All right, all right. He can do it. Yes, the gifted redeemed singers, Shreveport, Louisiana. Yes, and so what's next for you all?
So we're not gonna give everything away, but the experience is not complete. That's the first two songs on that project, so they will be completing that project. And then we do have a few other things that are coming out, but we can't give everything away.
All right, all
So
right.
just keep your eyes out for Gift to Redeem.
All right. So I know the V Network Radio. We gonna have all the other songs coming up real soon.
Of
So
course, of course.
yes, yes. So hey, I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for tuning in and being with us on today. So happy to have you all, and much success to your gospel group. And we will continue praying for you all. And continue to keep that gospel music going. Yeah, I just love it. And me and Lakia, she handles the smooth jazz, R&B, hip hop side, and so I was just talking to her. I said, I think our station should be 24/7 gospel, 7 days a week. And so yeah, so it's great. So I'm gonna give you all the last words that you would like to say to the viewers out there.
I'll go first and let Erica close it out. I just want to tell everybody during this pandemic, whatever you do, make sure you don't give up on God and yourself. God is still in control of everything when we have to trust him and believe in him. And I just want to, again, personally thank Gift to Redeem for allowing me the opportunity to be their manager.
All right. Okay.
Well, she put me on blast the last one.
And
Well,
you know what, hey, Erica, she said, "Oh, I'm not going to say too much." And she did and Monica did a great job.
I slept. Let me tell you, they didn't even know I was coming to Shreveport.
Uh-huh.
I actually just popped in on them today. They didn't even know
Okay.
I was coming. So she was like, "Well, you doing the interview with me?" I was like, "No, I'm doing your interview."
Yeah, it's
But
great.
I'm glad I could accommodate her.
That is wonderful, wonderful. Working
yes.
together. I'm telling you. All right, Erica.
Yes, like I said, we thank each and every one, our family, our families, our friends. We thank everybody for their love and support. It doesn't go unnoticed because if it wasn't for you guys give us that extra push. Even when we want to give up, you guys pushing us and praying for us. And we thank Mr. John T. Ruffin and the Rough Boys label. Look, y'all, he ain't tell me to say this, but I'm saying it on my own. Rough Boys is a awesome label.
Yes.
They are God led. Look, I can say so much about Rough Boys, but when you find good friends,
Hmm.
true friends would never. True friends, listen to that part. True friends, keep them.
Yes.
And Rough Boys they have been that and more to Gift the Redeemed. They have embraced us from day one, pushing us to go forward. He tell us, don't you worry about this. Y'all do y'all job, and now we got y'all. We gonna do our part. And it's been like that since day one. We thank God for our musicians, and we also had two other musicians that works with us, but they don't be able to be with us much because they travel nationwide as well. Mr. Sir Patrick Johnson and Josh Foster, they played a part with the music on He Can Do It. And we just thank everybody. Words can't even express how I feel. We thank all the radio personnel.
Yes.
We thank you,
Yes.
All
Pastor
right.
Donna. We bless God for you to allow us on your platform. So, and I want to let everybody know, keep praying, whatever you do. Don't give up, don't give in, keep praying. God loves you, and so do Gift the Redeemed.
All
And
right.
just remember that God can help us because he can do it.
Yes, yes. And with that said, hey, don't forget to go out to the digital platforms to download their music.
Yes.
The Gifted Redeemed Singers. Go out to the digital platforms, iTunes, and all the different platforms to download their music. Yes, download their music tonight. Do it tonight. Do it tonight. Do it. If you haven't got their music into your music categories, make sure you download their music tonight. Do it for me. And support these gospel artists right here on the Vnetwork Radio. All right, we're gonna take you out with Gifted Redeemed Singers. Their most popular song is "Help." Once again. All right, see y'all. God bless. Thank y'all for tuning in.
So